so much for joining me today. This is Lori from Cruising for Treasure, and this is my sold show. This is where I show you everything that sold for me since the last time I shipped out. So the last time I shipped out was Friday. Today is Tuesday. We did have a federal holiday yesterday. So this was a 3-day weekend. I had a total of 23 items that sold. Now, one thing I did do, I had a 47% off sale on 1,500 items in my store. So some of these things are lower value. It's all good. It's stale, old inventory that's been in my store for way too long. So, shall we just jump right in? I actually had 3 platforms that had sales this weekend: eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari. And I listed some things on Facebook that got immediate attention, a ton of attention. And hopefully one of those will be a pickup tomorrow. We did get snow, and I live in Northern Virginia, and so people here just kind of freak out when it comes to snow. We don't really have a solid system in place for quickly clearing things out. So we'll see if they come tomorrow, but I literally had probably 20 people messaging me about this one item, so hopefully that'll happen. Anyway, okay, so I'm gonna show you my Mercari sales first. Let's see, first is this set of Peanuts Charlie Brown DVDs. One is new in package, the Easter one. The others are not new. Those sold for a total of $20, and then I pay shipping. They're very light. They can go media mail, not a big deal. I got those at a thrift store for $1 each. So not a huge return for my money, but I knew they would sell. So, and they actually sold fairly quickly. I think I listed them either late November or early December. So month and a half to sell. Okay, this is a kind of cool pottery piece. It is signed on the bottom. I have no idea what it says. Can't identify it. It's just a you know, amateur, not really. I mean, it is pretty cool, actually. It could be a professional, I have no idea. And there's a piece of green glitter on it that's bothering me. There we go. It's just a bud vase. I'm assuming you put flowers, a stem in each of those. And this sold for $15 on Mercari, and then I pay shipping. It is very light, so it should be able to go Ground Advantage for fairly cheaply. And I did pick that up in a lot from an auction, so maybe I have $1 into it. You know what? Let's just look so that we have full transparency on this show. Okay, so for the bud vase, okay, I paid $2. So when all is said and done, minus fees, I'm probably looking at about $5 profit. So, you know, it's not tremendous, but it's a sale, and it's on Mercari, which is awesome because Mercari can be stingy with sales for me. Okay, on to Poshmark, where I had 5 sales on Poshmark, which is actually really great. I don't typically have a ton of sales like that, so on a weekend. Okay, this is Storybook Knits, which the more graphic designs that you have from them, and the more specialized or what's the word, targeted, specific designs, the better chance you have of selling it quickly. And this also was a 2X, which is a great size to sell quickly. But I mean, look at the gorgeous design on it. It's just so cool. It's sequins and beads and everything, and it's the ocean. It's sea animals. So you can imagine, I mean, anybody who's in a career field that interacts with children, that would be absolutely adorable to wear this with. So this sold on Poshmark for $50, and it sold fairly quickly. And you know, I'm trying to remember how much I paid for that and where I got it. So let me look that up. Okay, it looks like I got it at Goodwill. I paid $7.50, and this was listed only a couple of days before it sold. So yes, I did pick it up at Goodwill. It was only listed a couple days, so a very quick flip. $7.50 into $50. This one was not a quick flip, to my surprise. It had so much interest both on Poshmark and eBay. It's a Carhartt beanie, striped, and it's fleece lined. That's just such a super cute hat. Anyway, it finally sold on Poshmark for $12. I can't even tell you how many offers I sent out on that beanie, and it finally sold. Whew. It's one of those things that you're just so happy to see it go out the door. Okay, I sold 3 pairs of shoes / boots on Poshmark. So that's awesome, because I need to be selling shoes, people. If you saw my shoe storage, you would judge me a lot. Hard. Okay, this is Sam Edelman espadrilles. These sold for $50. They're in such great condition, and let me tell you, this leather is so soft, and the insoles are so great. They're like squishy, they're comfortable. These are not your typical espadrilles. So $50 for a really great pair of shoes, size 9.5, going out the door today. The next pair of shoes that sold on Poshmark is these Clarks. These sold for $19. They're not a great size. They're really small, 6.5, so that's pretty small. I'm gonna have to wipe them down. They got some splashed on them, but anyway, square toe, sandals, leather, kind of a vintage look in my opinion. Okay, and then Torrid riding boots. These are not leather, but they do have like the extended calf on the back. And those sold for $30 on Poshmark. Okay, moving on to my eBay sales. And I was pretty happy with my eBay sales considering it was a holiday weekend and considering January has been pretty slow so far. I mean, I've had a couple really good days, but then I've just had some really slow days. So, this is one that sold fairly quickly. This is Funko Pop Sailor Moon Venus with Artemis, and that sold for $30 plus shipping. Okay, where did I get that? I got that at Savers. I don't remember how much I paid, so let's see. Sailor Moon, I paid $4.75. So $4.75 into $30, and I listed it January 8th. So that was a pretty quick sale. And then let's see. Next is the absolute most adorable pair of snow pants you will ever see in your entire life. These are Patagonia. They are fleece lined. Look at this. They're so cute. These sold for $20 on eBay. I just love those. Let's see. Next, this is a vintage paperback 3 Investigators. This sold for $9.99 plus shipping. This will ship media mail. It weighs very little. If you did not know, that's a great series to look out for. If you have several in this series, you can get a decent amount of money. Okay, this is something that sold. So, okay, a lot of people were putting my sale items in their watch list. So when that happened, I would send them an offer for like maybe $1 less than what it was. And then a couple people actually ended up buying from that. So that's one of the things. This Lululemon New Tag sports bra. This is their energy bra, size 2, that sold for $20. Obviously I had that priced higher, but that's what it sold at. So here is a J. Crew cashmere blend sweater with the most beautiful beading. It's so cute. It's so soft. It's just adorable. And this sold for full price for $30. Really gorgeous sweater. It's not often that you sell things for full price these days, so I love it. I love it when it happens. Okay, this is a 28-piece lot of flatware that sold for $10.59. That was part of my 47% off sale. So I've had that for a while. So I'm just glad to get it out the door. Let's see, then I had another sweater, soft surroundings. This is so pretty. It's beaded. Sorry, it feels like there's like a bug crawling on my leg. It's kind of a weird, unsettling feeling. Okay. All right, so soft surroundings. This is a metallic gray shrug, bolero, whatever you want to call it, with all that beading on there. And it is new at tags, and that sold for $30. So that's awesome. I am glad to get that out the door. It's been hanging around for a long time. Okay, this Dexus slim case storage clipboard, I don't even know, $10. I picked a bunch of these up, like 6 or so up for $1 each at a thrift store, and they've just slowly been selling. So that bright orange one is gonna go out the door. Okay, Calvin Klein puffer jacket. This sold as part of my sale. Sold for $36.56. Size small, so that's a nice coat. So I'm selling a lot of winter wear, which is kind of interesting. Because it's already January, but that's fine. Okay, this sold as part of my sale. A while ago, I got a massive amount of stuff from an online auction. A lot of it I really should not have bought, including these. These are Reader's Digest cassette tapes, not a bolo. So I'm glad to one, but I have probably 10 more of these that I am just gonna end up probably bringing to our used bookstore and just get credit for them. If they'll even take them, I don't even know. Anyway, this sold on my 47% off sale for $3.95. There is still a market out there, but it's just, there's not a lot of people looking for that sort of thing. So another sale for my 47% off is this Hess truck. Kind of surprised it didn't sell at Christmas, but that's fine. It sold for $9.53. It wasn't that long ago that those were worth considerably more, but just like everything, the market falls. So let's see. We have Sims. These are like meant for when you're going fishing. So they're like, they're called wet wading leggings. I don't know that they're waterproof. They're definitely not waterproof, but I'm not sure. I'm not really sure what the point is for them. But anyway, Sims is a fishing brand, so it has something to do with fishing. Anyway, those sold for $40. And again, those were on my 47% off sale. So they were priced considerably higher, but that's fine. Okay, this sold for $10. Look at, this is crazy. I guess everybody just got hit with cold weather and they were like, oh no, I forgot, I didn't have this. So here we have another hat, $10. And again, it has some fleece lining there just right around the rim of your head or whatever that's called. Little tassel top, really cute. The brand on this is Kootenay. I don't know what that is, but that's the brand. When I saw it at Goodwill, I was like, oh, that seems like a nice hat. Like, it seems quality. So I looked it up and, you know, sold it for 10 bucks. Okay, this is definitely something that I'll tell you this. I picked this up. There was one store that remained open during all the nonsense 4 years ago. And so I would try and go there once a week and just to get stuff, new stuff for my store. And so I was pretty desperate for whatever. And their prices were really high. So, you know, I didn't really find a lot, but they did have a bunch of Scentsy things. This is, what do they call it? Scent pack. So this is Clean Breeze, and it sold for $3. And honestly, guys, I probably paid $1 or $1.50 4 years ago. So, you know, and when I was pulling this out to package it, I realized I only have one left. So I have been selling them, you know, obviously I made some money on them, but it's not a bolo. Okay, so, I've been watching a lot of YouTube trying to figure out how exactly to, ramp up my sales, how to bring in more sales, what to buy that would sell quickly. And I know a lot of people talk about sell-through rate. So sell-through rate is important, but for me, I love to sell things that people need, things that wear out and people need to replace. So clothing, shoes, accessories. Those things, some of them can have a terrible sell-through rate, but they will sell, and they'll sell for good money. So do I just not pick them up because people on YouTube said to watch my sell-through rate? I don't think so. But at the same time, I do want to be cognizant of it. I want to be, when I go into a thrift store, not intentionally filling my cart with stuff that's going to sit for a year before it sells. Obviously, that's not good business either. So looking for things that have a quick sell-through rate, not a quick sell-through rate, a good sell-through rate. Because then that means that they will sell quickly, they'll sell regularly. Even if I'm paying a little bit more for them, in the end, it's a quicker flip. So I've got that cash flow going. And when you sell things quickly, that does help out your algorithm. It helps out your metrics. It helps out everything. So trying to kind of make some sort of hybrid of all of that into my store. I don't know. Anyway, so what I picked up, what I want to branch out basically is what I'm saying in a very long-winded way. I picked up Biddeford blankets. This is a, what is it called? A controller. And I looked it up, has a phenomenal sell-through rate. And so even though they were each $6, and I priced them at $15 each, so I'm not making a ton of money, but they are paying shipping, and they did sell very fast in less than a week. So I'm making a couple dollars, I'm increasing my cash flow, or I'm keeping it moving, and I sold both of them to the same buyer. So, and also that was another thing, is it was one listing but 2 items. So, and the buyer bought both of them. So, all of that to say, we're experimenting, and the goal is to increase sales all across the board, however that works out to be. So, and here's another thing. This category is absolutely long tail, meaning the sell-through rate is abysmal. Postcards. This is a vintage postcard, Mount Clemens, Michigan, City Hall. This sold for $2.50. A lot of people won't even touch vintage postcards, and that's fine. It's not, you know, it's not for them. For me, what I have found is, now I don't have a scanner. My son photographs them. He takes a picture of front and back, and then if it is stamped, he'll take a closer picture of the cancellation. So it's incredibly easy to photograph, to list, and to ship. So easy. So what we do is, generally speaking, some days it works, some days it doesn't, but generally speaking, we like to do between 5 and 10 postcards listed a day. When I am regularly listing that many, I'm also selling 1 or 2 a day, possibly, 5, 6 a week. And honestly, if you're sourcing them correctly and you're not paying up for them, you just have to sell 1 or 2 postcards, and all of a sudden you're in the black, you're in the profit already. So do I just not pick those up because of the sell-through rate? Or do I figure out logically what works for my business and my business model and my family situation and just go with what works for me? That's the beauty to me of the reselling business, is you can tailor it to fit your personal circumstances. You don't have to do it the way Joe Schmo on YouTube is saying you need to do it. And if there really is a Joe Schmo on YouTube telling people how to do things, I'm really sorry. I didn't intentionally call out your name, but you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. Do what works for you. Obviously, always learn. Always try and look for, the new stuff. Constantly be learning and pushing and trying. But at the same time, do what works for you. That's what I do. We'll see if it is profitable, okay? But that's what I have going out the door today. I have to hurry up and package it so I can slip and slide my way to the post office. I think I'm gonna call my chauffeur that's sitting in his office over there and say, can you please drive me to the post office? I've never driven our big truck. We have an Expedition. I've never driven that in the snow, so it makes me a little nervous. And on our neighborhood Facebook page, they were all saying that everybody was sliding out yesterday, and I just don't want to be a part of that. I just don't want to be a part of that. So anyway, thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. If you did, you are amazing and you are my friend and I love you. We'll see you next time.